Hey guys, Sam Leverson with Edina Realty here with Shane Hoffman with the Edina Realty Mortgage. Today we wanted to kind of start off talking about multiple offers again.
It's the topic of the year already.
It is.
You know?
I mean, it feels like we've been talking about it for years, mainly because we have been.
Right.
But it's just getting progressively worse.
Yeah, it's more so than ever, I would say. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I would say I haven't put together a pre-approval letter this year that the agent hasn't said, oh yeah, we're in multiples, so every time. So yeah, got to deal with it, right?
I can't even think about the last time I wasn't in multiple offers.
You can't run from it. We just gotta.
You can't. So we kind of just wanted to highlight again the Buyer Advantage program with the Edina Realty Mortgage, why that's so important and how that can make your offer stand out.
Yeah.
So what are some big bullet benefits?
So basically, just piggybacking off of our last conversation, so the Buyer Advantage just means that we send a complete file down to underwriting, and that way when you're making an offer and somebody's done that, we're giving the other side a commitment letter. And then we're also guaranteeing that we're going to close that on time. So it's a closing guarantee to the seller as well for $12,500.
Yeah, huge.
So, I mean, really there's some skin behind it, there's some money behind it. And again, from the buyer's perspective, if you're looking at it from the seller, I mean, that buyer's done everything they possibly can from the finance side of things, right?
Yeah.
I mean, without having a purchase agreement, they've done every single thing they can to that point, right? So there really is no question on financing. So that takes that totally out of the equation. And financing is a big part of the transaction,
And right now, it's what I'm constantly saying to my buyers is it really comes down to the little things that we need to think about to make your offer stand out from probably a similar looking offer to yours. And that's just one of the little itty bitty things that you can go the extra mile up front, and it's really going to stand out to the sellers. And again, let's just kind of talk about like the cohesive team that we have going, because that commitment letter is great and all, but if you don't bring attention to it, it can be easily overlooked. So that's where, it's me communicating that to the listing agent, explaining the difference, why it's important, but then also having Shane call and really brag you guys up, talk about why that's amazing, and bringing up that guarantee to the listing agent to communicate that.
Right. And if you think about it from my perspective as a loan officer too, is, I mean, you as the buyer are engaged at that point, right? So, I mean, you're fully invested, you're really into it, and it's easy for me to call another agent to be like, hey, these guys have been great. They've given me everything I need. We've been through underwriting. They're golden, so that's such an easy call for me. But I think it's important for people out there to understand that is important, that relationship between, loan officer and agent, and, us having some history and knowing that, what we can do and everything like that. I mean, it can make a difference, when you're presenting an offer. And so for me to call an agent, that I'm going to do it. Number one,
I will make him do it.
Right. So, I mean, if it's a Sunday and you're putting an offer together, it's important for me to call that day. And if you're on the other side and you're a seller and you're trying to get a hold of a loan officer and you can't on a Sunday, maybe that's going to set up for a tough transaction potentially. So, I mean, especially something again that's small, but
being a listing agent, that's one of the things that really stands out to me, and it's sad how often you don't see the lender calling the agent. Because I don't feel like you're doing your client a service. But some people just don't even think to do it, which, they don't know what they don't know. But it really speaks to the professionalism of the agent and also the lender, just when they're trying to really advocate for their client. So it's, again, one of those little things that can make your offer stand out. And money doesn't always win.
Well, that's just it, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.